As I sit down by my best friend Chris, she smiles at me. The laugh lines on her face deepen, and I smile back. As I take her slightly arthritic hand, I cannot help noticing how she has changed over the years. I've known her my entire life, and I've watched her beautiful hair thin, her body age in a progressive long slide we almost experience. But her smile, her eyes remain the same. Beautiful, peaceful, loving. She will always be the most beautiful woman in the world to me. We sit there in silence for a moment, just enjoying each other's company, and I ask her my question for this channel. Tell me about a time when God seemed really real to you, or a time when He really helped you. She smiles again and laughs slightly. Oh, my sweet Anne, there's so very many times. Where do I start? Small miracles happen every day, and sometimes big ones happen too. All you need to do is look. I survived my childhood with all its accidents and problems, 'cause boy, I sure got in some tough scrapes, she laughs. When I was adult, there was when I was told I'd never have any children, but I had two girls. Both were born extremely prematurely. With the technology of the time, around 50 years ago, both should have died or had severe medical issues. If they'd been boys, they would have, because boys very rarely survive being born at that low birth rate. But they both were born just shortly after one of the best NICUs, neonatal intensive care unit, in the country opened up, in the city we lived in, and they survived. One girl has some moderate physical difficulties. One girl is physically fine. And both have impacted the world for the Lord. They are a massive blessing He gave me, and I thank Him daily for them both. There was when our girls were very young, and we were so very, very broke. We had absolutely no money until payday. And I made a casserole with all our remaining food at the beginning of the week. And no matter how much we ate, that casserole just kept going. It lasted the 7 days until we had some money again. It was crazy. And God provided. There was when my husband and I randomly started listening to a preacher on the radio, and that preacher led me to know that God loved me personally, not just generalized humankind, and we both came to trust in God for our salvation. We learned that God wasn't about religion and methods, but about a personal relationship, and it really is all about Him. There was when we wanted very much to be able to enroll the girls in a Christian school, because the one they were in was inadequate on many fronts. Because the Christian school used a carpooling system, we needed to get a station wagon to take them and some other kids there. And God provided one. No, it wasn't free, but it was sold to us brand new, something we never thought we'd be able to buy, and was sold at a price we could afford. I also had to start working when the girls were in school to pay for their schooling. I was able to find a job that allowed me to work only when they were in school. It paid exactly what we needed for their tuition, and we got free pizza once a week from it, something that wasn't offered to anyone else that worked there. And maybe that wasn't fair for the other workers, but I see it as a way of God providing yet again, and throwing in a small bonus of 1 meal a week we didn't have to buy groceries for. There was when my girls were on a field trip in another city, and I felt an overwhelming need to pray for one of them. She came home and told me that she'd come very close to falling down a 275-foot drop off of a spiral staircase at that time. God truly looked out for my girls. It was when we retired early and were able to sell our house for a decent amount of money and do the things we dreamed of doing for so long and worked so hard for. I know God blessed us with the timing of that, and we knew in our hearts that the time was perfect for it. I hear Rusty meow from the floor. She reaches down and picks up a huge black and white tomcat, who begins to purr really loudly. And then there's my kitty, she continues. He just showed up at our door one day as wild as anything, and now he's moved in. He trusts me completely. He will accept a leash and allow me to help him when he gets hurt on his occasional wanderings. He's an excellent friend. He keeps me warm at night, gives me something else to love and care for. He's my child in my old age, my blessing and friend. His trust in me teaches me about how my trust in God should be. She gives the cat a giant hug and he rubs her face with his own. My life just keeps going, and I keep learning more and more about my Lord and how much He loves me. Oh, my sweet Anne, He is so wonderful. I struggle with trusting Him, with knowing His will, with understanding the why of the hard things in life. I get afraid, I worry, I feel lost. I fight with everything in life and with Him, but through it all, He still loves me. And I can lean back on a lifetime of remembering the things He has done. There's so many more things than what I've said here, but who can recount every breath of a lifetime? He is my Savior, my friend, the one who I trust more than anyone or anything. I'm so thankful for Him. He's my peace for yesterday, my grace for today, my hope for tomorrow. Hebrews 13:5, paraphrased from the Message version, reads, "Don't be obsessed with getting more material things. Be relaxed and content with what you have. God has assured us, I'll never let you down. I'll never walk off and leave you. We can boldly say, God is there, ready to help. I'm fearless no matter what. In the big picture, who or what can get to me? My soul is eternally safe with Him." Thank you for listening, and may you be blessed.